Safety and connection Rama Eslawani never dreamed possible. The 32-year-old refugee lives with their girlfriend in Toronto. Eslawani is a non-binary lesbian who grew up in Morocco, where homosexuality is a crime, punishable by up to 3 years in prison.
I was suffering in silence about that. I was playing soccer and then they stopped me. The soccer is just for boys, not for girls. My cousins, my friends, my colleagues at work, they always ask me why I don't have a boyfriend. I want to say what I want, but I cannot say it because I'm very afraid of that.
They remember the pain they felt watching their family celebrate when a trans woman was beaten in public.
It was so many crowd of men and they start beating the car and they pull her from the car, cutting the clothes on her body and things. It's very, when I saw it in the news, I felt very scared more. And also I saw the reaction of my family. All of them, they were happy.
Their fears for themselves turned reality when Eslawani refused to marry their brother's male friend.
They locked me in the room for 3 days and they started violence me. I was having injuries in my face and also in my tooth and my body.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, it's okay.
What is it like to reflect back on that?
Your family is it's becoming like stranger, more than stranger, like a monster. When it's someone like close and do something to you, it's more hurtful.
One, because when you're having that kind of treatment from your own family,
yes,
I can only imagine the fear that you would feel from the rest of society.
Yes. So just because I'm thinking now, I'm trying to focus just in the future, in the moments that I am here, that I am safe, I am free, I am proud to hold my partner hand, not afraid, nothing. So that's something that I was dreaming of it, and it was something that I didn't thought that I will live it.
Yeah.
And it's happened, so I am very thankful for that. This is our baby.
Finally building the kind of family they've always wanted. With a woman who brings them peace. But it wasn't easy to get here. After the beating from their family, a straight friend helped them escape to Turkey in 2019. But that was bad too.
There I face all kinds of discrimination, or harassment, violence, persecution, and worse than that, I was imprisoned and arrested because of my sexual identity.
Eventually, they connected online with the Toronto charity Rainbow Railroad. It rescues queer people in dangerous situations around the world.
It told me, we are here to help you, you are not alone. Take me like from this darkness and this closed room and this thing to the light. It's something that's extraordinary for me.
I'm in Toronto, Canada.
In July 2024, they arrived in Toronto. What were you thinking as you arrived in Canada?
Just thinking to be free. I still remember when I came, I slept more than 14 hours. I was sleeping so much, just I feel like safe, you know, if it's something inside of me that I am safe, I can sleep safely.
Rainbow Railroad says queer and trans people face state-sponsored homophobia and transphobia in more than 60 countries. In 2024, the Toronto charity relocated more than 300 of them from 36 nations. Most of the refugees come to Canada through a special partnership with the federal government that was just renewed this year until the end of 2029. But Rainbow Railroad has been resettling a growing number to the United States. That stopped abruptly this year. On his first day in office, amid a flurry of executive orders, Donald Trump suspended the U.S. refugee assistance program Rainbow Railroad used. He issued an executive order to stop permitting refugees until it aligns with the interests of the United States. His order said it would be U.S. policy to admit only those refugees who can fully and appropriately assimilate into the country. You were willing to share your story with me, but not your identity publicly. Can you explain to me why and what's at stake?
Because you have problems with, in my process, be detained and deported to my country. This administration that are using racial politics for attack Latinos, and my concern is have a problem for be a Latino and be a gay at the same time.
Rainbow Railroad helped this man, whose identity we're protecting, escape El Salvador, where he too faced persecution for being gay. They resettled him to Chicago prior to Trump taking office.
I know how our life has been changed. In other person who cannot have that opportunity to change their life is so sad for me, because I live a bad situation in my own country, and I can't imagine how other people can have a bad situation in their countries.
Rainbow Railroad says when Trump halted the immigration routes it used, the charity already had 70 people pre-approved for resettlement to the U.S.
It's tragic. It's completely exacerbated an already terrible problem in that, we have so few options.
We've seen generally that queer rights in the United States are being questioned in some states and being rolled back in others. What are your thoughts about bringing in queer refugees into that kind of environment?
It's a really complicated question. I think that, there is no country in the world that is a complete queer and trans Disneyland. So what we're trying to do is be really conscious of bringing community together to kind of create this protection bubble around people who are in the United States already or who are still coming in, because regardless of how many pathways the Trump administration shuts down, people find a way.
When you hear about the dangers that you dealt with, and to hear that some people are now in limbo as a result of some changes to immigration pathways in the United States, what do you think?
So it's very hard for the people that they have hope that, as we know, that America before it's free and it's free, friendly with the LGBT. Now it's the opposite. And these changes, it's happened just very fast. And they feel sorry about people who are still living there and they're still suffering. Also for me, I was afraid about that, especially about what's the last 4 months about this thing will happen.
But in Toronto, acceptance for them has not wavered, not just celebrating their first Pride, but being celebrated, like at the Rainbow Railroad event at the ROM, and with a soccer scholarship through the charity, playing a game they love without risking their life. So you have your home, you have your soccer scholarship, you have your woman.
Yeah.
You're set up.
Yeah, everything is okay.
Happy Pride, happy Pride, happy Pride.
For the first time knowing their first Pride doesn't have to be their last, and sharing their story can give hope to others trapped around the world. Chris Glover, CBC News, Toronto.